कुछ ही कर रहे हैं आप वहाँ पे? क्या हुआ? कहाँ पापा? लाइव क्लास चल रहा है। वो तो कहाँ कुछ हो? तो कहाँ था? Bro.
कल हिंदी मीडियम में सर ने कुछ ज्यादा ही पढ़ा दिया शायद।
क्या?
हिंदी मीडियम में कल सर ने कुछ ज्यादा ही पढ़ा दिया।
हम लोग का क्लास कल चला कहाँ था? कल तो हम लोग आवाज आ रही है, आवाज आ रही, इसी में आ गए।
ये सही है।
हाँ बोलो। अभी नहीं आएंगे हम। क्या? अच्छा, जरा व्हाट्सएप पे वो माइक्रो का जो बुक है ना,
हाँ वो ठीक है, मैं भेज दूंगा आज। ठीक है,
उसका पहला पेज उसका, ठीक है ना?
हाँ हाँ ठीक
दोनों
है।
का, माइक्रो मैक्रो दोनों का।
हाँ हाँ सर भी आगे हैं शायद। हाँ सर आगे।
आगे हैं।
सर नमस्ते।
So,
हैप्पी मकर संक्रांति सर।
same to you. Happy Lohri.
सेम टू यू सर। सेम टू यू।
हैप्पी लोहड़ी तो कल ही था सर।
Today we will examine what is budget line.
सब प्रॉपर्टीज बचा हुआ है इंडिफरेंस कर्व का, नहीं हो पाया था।
प्रॉपर्टी नहीं लिखिए, प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ इंडिफरेंस कर्व।
Yes, sir.
जी सर।
Number 1, indifference curve is always downward sloping. Indifference curve is always downward sloping. Hello. जो चल रही हो ऑप्शनल है ना। कौन बोल रहे हो? डॉक्टर पीसी वर्मा एकेडमी ऐप है, डाउनलोड करो। वो डाउनलोड करके उसको पढ़ो, उसी में सब बात लिखा हुआ है। Indifference curve is downward sloping.
Yes.
It is negatively sloped. And therefore, in mathematical form, there will be always minus dy by dx. Indifference curve equation. On the basis of indifference curve equation. Number 2, indifference curve property number 2.
जी सर।
Indifference curve is always convex to the origin. It means indifference curve cannot be concave to the origin,
Yes sir।
nor indifference curve can be a straight line. It is always downward sloping and convex to the origin.
सर कन्वेक्स टू द ओरिजिन का रीजन क्या है?
Convex to the origin, that means minus dy by dx first derivative and second derivative dy square by dx square must be positive. Dy square by dx square must be positive. That is the sign of convexity of a curve. Convexity condition, that dy by dx square upon dx square, dy square by
dx square
dx square must be positive. This is the property which we will examine just now. Number 3 is lower indifference curve represents lower level of satisfaction. Whereas higher indifference curve represents a higher level of satisfaction. It means IC1 is less than IC2. From level of satisfaction point of view. X2 is less than X3. X2 is less than X3. X3 is less than S4. Higher the indifference curve, higher the level of satisfaction. Or higher the cardinal utility analysis. Higher the cardinal utility. Lower the indifference curve, lower the cardinal utility. Group of indifference curve is known as indifference curve map.
Yes sir।
Next, fourth property is two indifference curves cannot intersect two indifference curve cannot intersect one another. This will lead to absurdity. This will lead to absurdity. This will lead to absurdity in the case of two indifference curves. As a earlier property, IC1 is always less than IC2. But this will be violated if there is intersection. All these we just see indifference curve is downward sloping.
Sloping.
So negative slope minus dy by dx. And we have already seen earlier, which we will repeat here in point 1 property, that this is indifference curve. And du is equal to del u del x dx del u del y dy is equal to 0. Del u del x dx is equal to, right hand side put it there, minus del u by del y into dy. Then del u by del x del u by del y is equal to minus dy by dx. That is negative slope. Negative slope, which means indifference curve is always downward sloping. Curve. This is first property. Properties of indifference. Have you written?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then the second property in the indifference curve must be convex to the origin. Dy by dx is minus convexity condition. In case of second property, indifference curve must be convex to the origin, and we know that from first that negative slope.
Yes, sir.
Negative slope of IC. If we further differentiate, then we will get ds square y by dx square more than 0. That is convexity condition,
Condition.
and that must be satisfied. Number third condition, that lower indifference curve represents lower level of satisfaction. Whereas higher indifference curve represents higher level of action. This is IC first, this is IC second, this is IC third, this is IC fourth. IC1 is always less than IC2. IC2 is always less than IC3. IC3 always less than IC4. This is ordinal utility level. is ordinal utility analysis. J.R. Hicks and R.G.D. Allen invented IC curve. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Number 4. T of indifference curve. Two indifference curve. Cannot intersect. Cannot intersect. Intersection will lead to absurd conclusion. Absurd conclusion. Suppose we take this case. 10x is equal to 10y. And from this case, suppose this is intersection point. This is A. This point is B. This point is C. A is equal to B. A is equal to C. Therefore,
B equal to C.
C is equal to B. This is indifference curve 2. What we find out that at C point, it means B is equal to C. C is equal to B, B is equal to C. What is B? At B, there is 10x plus 10y. And what combination at C? At combination C, 10x
Plus
plus
15y.
10y. What?
15y.
15y. It means 10x plus 10y is equal to 10x plus 15y. 10x cancelled. We have 10y is equal to 15y. Absurd conclusion. Absurd conclusion. Due to intersection of two indifference curves. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So there cannot be intersection. Indifference curve will be always drawn as IC1 and IC2. It is always upward sloping, upward. IC1, IC2, IC1 and IC2. There cannot be intersection. IC1 is always less than IC2
Yeah, IC2.
in ordinal sense, ordinal level. So this is a property of indifference curve. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Clear.
And the question of this portion is known as examine the properties of indifference curve. Examine the properties of indifference curve. This is properties of indifference curve.
Yes, sir.
Budget line. Budget line is also known as price line. Px by Py line. Relative price line. We all know that Px is absolute price line, absolute price of X. X goods. What is PY?
Absolute price of Y good.
Absolute price of Y goods. Write down properties of price line. Properties of price line. What are the properties of price line? Property of price line. Number one, price line is a straight line. Price line slopes
Constant.
downward. Price line touches both axes, x-axis and y-axis. Number four, price line is represents relative price. Px upon Py. Budget equation will be P is equal to Pxx plus Pyy. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We know that B is equal to Pxx plus Pyy. So B minus Pxx will be equal to Pyy. And Py will be equal to B minus Pxx. B minus Pyy is equal to Pxx, then price of x will be equal to Px by Py will be equal to P minus Py y x b minus Pxx. Relative price Px by Py is always used in indifference curve. Indifference curve yes used in indifference curve. Px by Py is always used in indifference curve. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Look here, this price line, this is also known as
Income line.
income budget line. Income budget line. Therefore, this is called budget. This is called outside the budget. Outside the budget. And this will be on the budget. This is price line. In economics, we generally change price of X. Y, price of Y is always constant in the analysis. X goods and Y goods. Look here, if AB line changes to AB1, this means price of X falls, price of Y constant. Suppose we have only 100 unit income. If budget is 100 rupees, then by 100 rupees, if X is bought 100X, it means price of X is 1,
Yes, sir.
price of Y is also 1. Then if only X, then by 100 rupees budget, we can buy X 100 and PY 0. Now price of X was 1. Now price of X is reduced to 0.5. Then consumer purchase Y 0 and price X 100 and Y 0. X 100 Y 0. Now X is equal to 200 and Y is equal to 0. From 100 it will change to 200. From 100 it will change to 200. That means all in price of X goods. म्यूट करो पुष्कर.
Yes, sir.
कहाँ से आवाज पकड़ रहा है तुम्हारा? So what we find out that Px by Py is a price line equation. If price of X is 1 and price of Y is 1 and consumer decide to buy 100X, 0Y. Now price of X falls to 0.5.
Yes, sir.
Then with the help of same money, he can buy 200
of X.
of X and 0Y.
Yes, sir.
What I want to communicate to you that price line AB shifts to
Right.
AB1 right hand side. Right hand side. This is called fall in price of X. Fall in price of X goods. But price of Y goods remain constant. Constant. This is very fundamental in further analysis. That right hand shift on only X axis. Y axis is as it is.
Yes, sir.
then this is called look here. I'm doing the same thing and like this. This will represent fall in price of X. Price of Y
Constant.
constant. AB changes to AB1. If I draw this line like this, AB, now I change B0. This is leftward shifting. Leftward shift. From AB to AB0. It means
Increase in price.
price of X has increased. Rise in price of X. Rise in price of X. Price of X has increased. Rise in price of X goods. But price of Y is constant.
Right.
It is always constant. There is only change in X price.
Yes, sir.
So in our further analysis, when we say that AB line shifts to AB0, you have to understand automatically that price of X rises.
Yes, sir.
But price of Y
Constant.
constant. Likewise, in this diagram, price of X falls, but price of Y is
Constant.
constant. AB shift to AB1. Swing,
Rotate.
it may call swing because one point is fixed.
Fixed.
So swing to AB1. Swing to AB. Swing to AB1. So this is Case 1. Case 2. Fall in price of X only. And here rise in price of X only. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Consumers' behavior means maximization of utility with constant budget. This is called budget constraint. Budget constraint. Maximization of ordinal utility with indifference with indifference का under budget constraints. This is also called consumer's equilibrium. Consumer's equilibrium with the help of indifference curve
and budget constraint.
consumer's equilibrium with the help of indifference curve. Analysis. So we have covered all portions which are required
Yes, sir.
to discuss consumers' behavior. In UPSC, in BPSC, in any examination, this question is basic question and one question is there. In UPSC, there will be 28 questions. In mains examination, there will be 28 questions. So everything will be asked, no matter it is for 5 minutes, 6 minutes analysis. So my method is to teach in a minute detail
Yes, sir.
so that students will be capable to analyze himself. And he will be capable to face interview. You will see in my video, there are some students who have said that how they could get 80% marks in UPSC. And now they are commissioner and other posts. So equation and diagram is property. If you develop it, it is your property. And you will utilize it in natural way.
Yes, sir.
Wherever it is required, you will apply it. For example, minus dy by dx. This is in definition of indifference curve equation. This will be used in property of indifference curve. So whatever is to ask in the examination, where you will put equation and curve. And this will be a standard writing.
Yes, sir.
And once one chapter is clear, next chapter will be automatically clear because maximization is everywhere. Whether it is utility maximization or maximization of profit or maximization of satisfaction or maximization of national income or maximization of tax revenue. So technique will be same, only variable will change. So write down one question. Today's analysis, just put down the question there. What is budget line and what are the properties of budget line? This is one question. What is budget line? What is the property of budget line? And another question, what are the properties of indifference curve?
Yes, sir.
All these what you have written, send on my WhatsApp.
Yes, sir.
That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Pranam, sir.
Sir, namaste.
प्रणाम का समय अब आ रहा है, तब हाथ जोड़ के प्रणाम कीजिएगा ताकि लगे कि अभी भी हम लोग के यहाँ जो है।
नमस्ते सर।
Pranam, sir.
ओ भाई अभी 3 बज गया, तुम्हारा एंड हो रहा है क्लास।
Pranam, sir.
अब आप प्रणाम कीजिए ताकि रिकॉर्ड होगा कि कैसे प्रणाम।
Pranam, sir.
गुरु शिष्य की परंपरा जो है यही है, हम लोग ऑनलाइन है, पता नहीं भविष्य में कभी मिलेंगे या नहीं मिलेंगे, उसका तो मिल चुका है।
मिलेंगे सर,
मिलेंगे सर।
तो बहुत सारे
आएंगे सर, रिजल्ट के फिर मिलने आएंगे।
अरे वो सब
मिलने तो आना ही है सर।
वो इतना रिजल्ट
आएंगे,
इतना बिजी हो जाता है कि उसको मिलना मुश्किल है। खैर वो मिलने की बात नहीं है,
नाइस।
लेकिन अभी जो है कि हम किसको पढ़ा रहे हैं, उसका चेहरा क्या है, ये प्रणाम करने के बाद दिमाग में रोज रोज आता है और उसके भविष्य के लिए हम अपना सोचते रहते हैं कैसे क्या करें। तो
यस सर,
थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू सर, प्रणाम।